Okay, we're going to take a look now at a Albuquerque favorite. He's up in the ring right now. That's Jacob Razor Sharp Romero. Jacob out of Albuquerque with a record of 5 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 3 bouts, 3 of those wins by knockout. And Jacob is, he fits right into the mold of this Rising Stars concept. His opponent, Lorenzo Estrada from down south, Las Cruces, New Mexico, with a record of 2-4. The former kickboxer Lorenzo Estrada steps into the ring with Jacob Romero. So I think we're just about ready to get this fight underway. We go up to ring announcer Bob Matthews.
All right, for the next fight of the evening, this is 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Your judges, Jim Bagshaw, Bill Gant, and Levi Martinez. Third man in the ring, and when the bell rings in charge, Russell Mora. First introducing to you, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 133.5 pounds with a professional record of 2 wins, 4 losses, 1 by KO from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Please give a big hand for Lorenzo Estrada. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 133 pounds even. He hails from Albuquerque, New Mexico. His professional record, 5 wins, no losses, and 1 draw, 3 wins coming by the way of knockout. Please give a big hand for Jacob Romero.
So referee Russell Mora now brings the 2 to the center of the ring. This could get pretty heated here. I know Jacob Romero, a big fan favorite here in Albuquerque. You can see he has a good following, Stan, a big crowd of supporters in the ring, in the audience for him.
And he's just a popular young man. He trains down at the South San Jose Community Center with Jim Johnson and Jakey Valencia, and they're well known, and so they do a great job.
So we're underway with round 1 now scheduled for 6. We're in the lightweight division. Dan Sisneros at ringside along with Stan Gallup. Jacob Razor Sharp Romero in the black trunks with the red trim. Razor Sharp written across the back, his name Romero across the front waistband. Lorenzo Estrada in the blue trunks with the white trim. Jacob Romero, no relation to the 2-time world champion Danny Romero, but from the same hometown, same last name. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, it is. It's a little
it sure does.
Identification right off the bat there.
Definitely.
Jacob Romero had a good amateur career also. He won the New Mexico State Golden Glove Championship, and we took him on up the road into the regional tournament. So he's going to give you a good show no matter what.
And right now, the 2 heating it up here. Lorenzo Estrada is not afraid of Jacob Romero's reputation. He steps right in and bangs with him. Both men have caught shots already. Romero in the black trunks started his career with a draw against former ABF amateur champion Marty Maestas, and that was a heck of a fight, boy, to start their careers. They both went to war. It went back and forth on a Cedric Kushner card here in town, and started off with a draw, and he's unbeaten since, 5-0 after that draw with Maestas. And now Lorenzo Estrada trying to move forward with the jab, throwing a triple jab, not connecting at all, coming up way short on all his punches. And actually, he's playing right into the hands of Romero. Jacob Romero is more of a counter-punching style. He's not a real aggressive or real busy fighter, but he does work with behind that counter-punching style, jab and counter-punch. Now he leaps in with a left, but catches a left in return on the eye. And there's a left jab now. Romero's starting to fire the jab out. Last time I saw Lorenzo Estrada was up in Las Vegas, New Mexico at Robertson High. He fought another star from on the same card tonight, Frankie Archuleta, the unbeaten sensation out of Las Vegas, New Mexico. It was Frankie scoring a knockout over Estrada in that one. He also went with Robbie Lovato on the big undercard fight at the Pit here in New Mexico. And now Romero starts to fire with that right hand.
Romero is a patient boxer. He'll kind of wait for his opportunity there, while Estrada is going to be the more active guy, but eventually Jacob's going to shoot that jab out and follow up with a right cross and at the right opportunity.
Definitely Jacob Romero, a very patient style for such a young professional. Fought that way in the amateurs too, though. You knew he was going to be that way. A lot of people said he actually had more of a pro style because he wasn't real busy for the amateurs. We got 10 seconds to go in this first opening round. Stick with us because we're going to come back with some more good action here on Rising Stars 8. We'll be right back after this.
All right, in the first round. More like it. This is more like it. Is running right girl number 2, Janine. Judges glasses. Like the thank Fiona Subs and also Casino Apache, beautiful Pastelero, New Mexico. Seconds down, second round action.
Back to the action here on Rising Stars 8. Dan Sisneros along with Stan Gallup. Jacob Razor Sharp Romero locked in battle here with Lorenzo Estrada. And it's a good contrast in styles, I think, Stan. The patient style of Jacob Romero against the little bit more busy, aggressive style of the smaller Lorenzo Estrada.
Right. Estrada's going to lead off, I think, every time. And Romero's just going to hang back and wait for the opportunity for Estrada to become a little bit wild. Then he'll come on in with a shot. With a left, he'll jab him. He's got about a 3-inch reach, I think.
Big advantage for Jacob Romero if he uses it right, and he does. You can see that he kind of uses that to his, that's built into his style. Jacob Romero is a pretty good ring general. He tries to move his opponent into the position that he wants. You'll see Jacob with some real subtle movements. He's not really a dancer and not a brawler. He's just kind of in between. But so far, you can't argue with success. Well trained by Jake Valencia and Jim Johnson out of Albuquerque. Always in top condition. There you see a little move, kind of a Johnny Tapia move. But look at Lorenzo Estrada answer back with a nice little left. And he got a little bit of respect from Romero. He kind of stood back and looked at him like, hey, better watch myself. Again, you see the little tricky movements of Jacob Romero trying to set Lorenzo Estrada up for a big shot. Jacob with 3 impressive knockouts out of his 5 victories. There's a nice left hand with speed by Jacob Romero in that exchange. Oh, and a big right hand from Romero catches Estrada. You could see that one coming, Stan, and Jacob landed it flush.
Yeah, it was a good shot. He's getting ready to follow up there, but Estrada got on the bicycle, backed up a little bit, which is probably the wise thing to do at that point.
Good survival tactic on the part of Estrada, but Estrada is firing back, and that's nice to see that he's willing to fight here. He's not going to try to get into a shell and go into that survival mode like we saw in the heavyweight fight earlier. But he's going to have to get busy and score here against Jacob Romero. Romero's punches, he's not real busy, but they make big impact, you know, with the judges and the crowd when they land. He might have done well with that computer scoring system in the amateurs because his punches are so definitive, do you think?
Well, I can reserve comment on that because I disagree totally with that computer.
I can't stand it either, Stan. And we'll talk more about that after this. We'll be back.
Yeah, he's up now. Here's lovely ring girl number 3, Mrs. Rusa. I don't want to play that. Don't forget Sal's Discount Liquor for all your holiday favors. Go to Sal's, a wide selection of everything. Also, they have that car looking good for the holidays. Fresca's Auto Detail. Seconds down, third round. This is a good one. Gotta like this.
Back to the action here at the Lujan complex on the State Fairgrounds, and Lorenzo Estrada tries to come out with a big shot to catch Romero, but Jacob was ready for him. You can see Jacob now shooting out that double jab. There's Estrada with a nice right hand over the jab. And give Lorenzo Estrada credit, the little man from Las Cruces, starting to throw some bad intention shots here at his opponent, Jacob Romero. Yeah, oh, and he leans down, and Jacob times it just right, catches him on the forehead. Not a lot behind that shot. Jacob Romero now trying to move around the ring a little bit and set up Lorenzo for a big shot. Jacob Romero not really a big combination puncher. He just seems to look for the big shot.
This is kind of a case we had earlier where Romero is having to punch down a little bit,
right,
because his opponent is a little bit shorter than he is. But I think a lot of energy is being wasted by Estrada. But then it's a good tactic for Romero just to back out of the way.
And that's exactly what Jacob's doing here to his advantage. I mean, just keeping Estrada out there at a distance right now, using the jab. Again, Romero content to just time that jab and stick it in there. And he tries to follow it with a right hand. Romero looks like he could score pretty well if he would just stick to the jab all night. We're in the third round, scheduled for 6. These are lightweights. Oh, and Lorenzo Estrada trying to surprise Jacob with that right hand. Kind of walked away, doing a little Vinny Pazienza imitation there. Jacob Romero not fooled at all. And now he fires some shots to the body there on the inside as Estrada tried to hold him around the head. And here comes Romero now, firing the right left. Again, Romero with the jab right hand. Just not landing flush, but if he ever gets it timed just right, he might get it going here. Again, Jacob Romero continuing to work with the jab. Lorenzo Estrada struggling to get inside and do some damage here to Romero. Maybe that works in reverse too, Stan, reaching up to get to Romero.
Well, he does that little flurry thing, and of course, Romero's agile enough to keep backing away from him quickly. Estrada's being helped out there by one of the better coaches here in Albuquerque, Melco Chavez, so he knows what's going on.
And we'll be back with more after this.
Lovely wrinkle number 4. This is Melissa. Lorenzo Extra. Corona. Like the thing, 94 rough. Also, Max taking her up, seconds out, 4th round, coming up.
Back to the action here in Albuquerque. Jacob Romero and Lorenzo Estrada, lightweight, scheduled for 6. We are in round 4 now. There's Romero with a nice little right hand to open things. Another of the rising stars on the official side, we got Russell Mora working this bout and doing a good job to this point. Estrada just not quite able to reach Jacob Romero. Oh, a good left hand countered. kind of dipped down and came up with a big left hook. Jacob Romero has Estrada hurt a little bit, I think, here. Estrada trying to get away from the powerful attack of Romero. Now Jacob opens up. Estrada trying to set a trap for him, but I think he was stung right there, Stan.
Yes, he was. He was definitely stung, and Romero got him with another good right hand.
And Romero's got to be careful because this little guy is dangerous. Oh, he throws a big left hand, misses, and falls completely off balance. And he's up and ready to go to war here, Lorenzo Estrada. Just diving in now with a leaping left hook. Jacob Romero with a good shot, caught Estrada right on the end with that right hand. An uppercut combination. Now here comes Jacob Romero. Jacob Romero now starting to take control of this one.
Very determined young man. You can just, his eyes move straight forward.
Yes, he does. You can see the focus, Stan.
Right. Yeah, he's bloodied up Estrada a little bit now in this round. Estrada's, I think, knows that he's going to have to really put everything into it.
And right now he's in the corner, and Jacob Romero goes to work and just pummels him down to the ground. Lorenzo Estrada down in the corner, but he's going to get up for more. But I think the writing's on the wall for this one. Jacob Romero starting to establish his power here, Stan.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He just bided his time there until opportunity arises. I think the next time that Estrada goes down, it'll probably be close to stopping the fight.
Oh, and Romero with a nice body attack now. Combinations by Jacob Romero. Lorenzo Estrada is hurt bad here. He's about ready to fold up, and down he goes again. Jacob Romero puts him down. I don't think he gets on this one, Stan.
That was a left to the body. He's going to get up. The kid is game. You know, he doesn't want to quit. He wants to stay there, but he is definitely hurt.
He popped right up. Rear knockdown rule is in effect here in New Mexico. Jacob Romero puts an end to this one. No question about it. Jacob Razor Sharp Romero with an impressive performance here tonight. Moving his record now to 6-0, undefeated. Jacob Razor Sharp Romero.
Oh, the beautiful right hand. Caught him right on the chin. And it never knew what hit him. He just down quickly.
And now, right now they're attending to Lorenzo Estrada. And yeah, he looks pretty alert, but the doctor's going to get in there and take a look at him. He really took a beating. And it just seemed like, Stan, that Jacob Romero, like you said, bided his time. And when he decided it's time to get him out of here, he closed the show.
Yeah. Well, as everybody's is happy on the team Razor Sharp there.
That's for sure.
Jacob Romero and Jim Johnson and the whole crew. And, you know, Lenny Frescas has just done a great job. And he backs all of these young boxers. He gives them a great hand. He does everything for them. He's got the program going, and I have a lot of respect for Lenny Frescas who's doing this job here.
Oh, he's a good local promoter. We're glad to have him. Let's go up to Bob Matthews.
Have a big hand for both these guys. Your winner at 2 minutes and 34 seconds of the fourth round by TKO, fighting out of Albuquerque, Jacob Romero. Let's have a big hand for Lorenzo Estrada. That was a fight.
Jacob Romero remains undefeated. We'll be back with more boxing after this.
All right.